All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we are diving headfirst into the world of Neuralink.
Yeah, it's been generating a lot of buzz lately, hasn't it?
It really has. And you know we love to dig deep, so we've got a stack of articles here ready to go. We're going to unpack everything we can, from the basics to all those futuristic possibilities that have everyone talking.
It's not just science fiction anymore.
Definitely not. And it's way more than just Elon Musk's latest venture. This is about brain-computer interfaces, BCIs. This tech has the potential to completely revolutionize how we interact with, well, everything. Technology, even our own minds. I gotta say, when I read about Nolan Arbaugh, the first person to have a Neuralink implant,
Wow, just wow.
it's a game changer, no question. And what's so fascinating about Neuralink is how it's designed.
Yeah, it's not just a chip in your brain, right? Exactly. We're talking about a system. Threads, thinner than a human hair, implanted with incredible precision by a surgical robot.
Okay, so you've got these microscopic threads basically woven into the brain. What then? What are they actually picking up in there?
They're listening in on the electrical signals firing between neurons, essentially translating your brain's language into code a computer can understand.
So it's not just recording, it's more like decoding.
Exactly. And that's where Neuralink's custom chips and software come in, turning those decoded brain signals into real-world actions.
Like being able to move a prosthetic limb or control a cursor on a screen just with your mind.
Exactly. And if you look at their website, Neuralink's stated goal is to start by helping people with unmet medical needs, restoring movement, communication, even vision.
Helping blind people see again. That's incredible.
Right. And they're making progress. They received FDA breakthrough designation recently for their blindsight device.
So this isn't just a distant dream anymore. Things are really moving along.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal, even though it's just for that one device, and it's not like it's commercially available yet or anything, but still, major progress.
It's a good reminder that this technology is going from science fiction to, well, actual science, and pretty quickly too. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's break down exactly how Neuralink works. What's going on in the brain when those threads are doing their thing, picking up those electrical signals. So we're talking about these tiny threads, smaller than a hair, picking up on the electrical chatter of our brains. But how do they know what's what? How does that translate into something like, say, moving a robotic arm just by thinking about it?
It's all about patterns. See, when you think about moving your arm, specific groups of neurons fire in a particular sequence.
Like a code.
Exactly, a neural code. And Neuralink's technology is designed to recognize those patterns, those unique codes for different intentions.
So the implant is basically learning my brain's language.
You could say that. The algorithms are designed to adapt and learn from your brain's unique signals. The more you use it, the better it gets at predicting what you're going to want to do.
That's wild. And it makes me think about Nolan Arbaugh's story again. I mean, he went from just controlling a cursor to actually playing games. Stuff that requires way more complex brain activity.
Right. And it really highlights the potential here, how adaptive this tech can be. But, and this is important, it's still so early. What works for one person might not be the same for another.
True. It's important to be excited, but also realistic about where this is all at. Especially when we start talking about those mind-blowing future applications. Like, Neuralink isn't just talking about restoring lost functions. They're talking about augmenting our abilities, maybe even interfacing with AI directly.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the big picture for them. I mean, imagine downloading information straight to your brain, or just thinking, and controlling devices in your home, no hands needed. It's a wild new world of possibilities.
Right.
But like any powerful technology, we have to think about the challenges, the potential downsides.
Absolutely. I mean, we're already struggling with data privacy issues with our phones and computers. What happens when the technology we're talking about is literally inside your head? It's kind of scary to think about, to be honest.
Right. It's a whole new level of access, and not always in a good way. I mean, think about it. We have to worry about protecting our data from companies right now. But with this, what's stopping some company, from trying to influence your thoughts, your emotions?
Yeah, that's not just data privacy anymore. That's messing with the very core of who we are.
And it gets even trickier. Let's say Neuralink can help someone regain lost abilities, right? Which is amazing. But then where's the line? When does therapy become enhancement? Human versus, I don't know, transhuman?
Big questions, and honestly, I don't know if there are any easy answers.
You really aren't. But that's exactly why we need to be talking about it now, today, not 5 years down the road when this tech is everywhere. And it can't just be scientists and tech people, you know? We need ethicists, philosophers, everyday people, everyone to weigh in.
So how do we make sure those conversations are happening? It seems like every day there's some crazy new headline about AI or gene editing or now this. It's hard to know what to even focus on.
It starts with being aware, educating ourselves. And actually, Neuralink has this whole thing on their website, a patient registry. People can sign up if they want to learn about being part of their research, clinical trials and such.
So they're actively looking for people to volunteer, basically, to have this stuff implanted.
Seems that way. They're focusing on specific medical conditions for now, but still it shows this isn't some far-off thing. It's happening now.
It's exciting, sure, but man, it's a lot to process. I mean, we're talking about potentially changing what it means to be human. No biggie.
Right. We have to approach this with our eyes wide open. A sense of wonder, definitely, but also with caution. Stay informed, ask the tough questions, don't be afraid to be a little skeptical.
Couldn't agree more. We started this deep dive with a stack of articles, and hopefully we've given you a solid understanding of how this technology works, the amazing potential it holds, but also, just as important, the really complex ethical questions we need to be asking.
If you're as intrigued by all this as we are, head over to Neuralink's website, check out their research, see what they're all about, maybe even take a look at that patient registry, see what's involved.
Knowledge is power, folks. And in a world where technology is advancing faster than ever, staying informed is more important than ever. Until next time, keep those brains firing, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.